There are legends, and then there are nightmares. In the heart of Hungary, within the cold stone walls of a grand castle, a noble woman bathed in the agony of her victims. A woman so feared, so monstrous, that history remembers her only as the Blood Countess. Elizabeth Báthory was born into one of Hungary's most powerful noble families. She had wealth, beauty, and an insatiable thirst for cruelty. From a young age, she watched punishments with fascination, not fear. One fateful night, a servant girl made a simple mistake, pulling too hard while brushing Elizabeth's hair. In a fit of rage, Elizabeth struck her, the sharp edge of her ring slicing the girl's skin. As a single drop of blood landed on her hand, Elizabeth touched it and smiled. Aging was her greatest fear. Beauty was her power, and she would stop at nothing to preserve it. Convinced that blood held the secret to youth, she pressed the bloodied cloth against her face and felt a sinister delight. One girl was not enough. More were brought to the castle. Peasants, servants, even daughters of nobility. Lured with promises of work and wealth, they entered her castle, but they never left. Shackled in darkened chambers, they suffered under her hand, their pain feeding her insatiable obsession. It is said that she bathed in their blood, believing it would grant her eternal youth. Whether truth or myth, one thing is certain: her cruelty knew no bounds. Her experiments grew more elaborate, her tortures more refined. Spiked cages, iron maidens, devices built for suffering. The castle walls bore silent witness to horrors beyond imagination. For years, she hunted among the lower class, but when noble daughters began to disappear, whispers reached the king. A royal decree was issued, an investigation into the Countess of Čachtice. On a bitter winter night in 1610, torches blazed as soldiers stormed the castle. The horrors they uncovered sent shudders through the kingdom. Bodies drained of life, walls stained with suffering. The truth could no longer be ignored. Elizabeth Báthory was captured, yet her noble blood spared her from execution. Instead, she was sentenced to a fate worse than death. Imprisoned within her own castle, bricked away from the world, left to rot in darkness. For 4 long years, she lived in isolation, her once beautiful reflection lost to time. When death finally claimed her, there was no mournful cry, no solemn farewell, only silence and the echoes of her victims in the cold stone walls. Centuries have passed, yet her legend endures. Did she truly bathe in blood, or was she a victim of political betrayal? Perhaps the Blood Countess never truly died. Perhaps she still lingers, waiting, watching for her next victim. Would you dare visit Čachtice Castle?